Coming up, where's Greg? Do you know where Greg is?
No clue where Greg is.
He may pop up randomly in the show, but we'll see. Plus, the Guys Talk 360 video, a fad or really here to say. Plus, Matt and Connolly rant about stuff. Lots of stuff. That's all on a new episode of the Bandwidth Boys podcast. Let's go.
Bandwidth Boys podcast.
Winter's a good time to stay in and cuddle, but put me in summer and I'll be a happy snowman.
We talk about stuff, tech stuff.
Welcome into another episode of the Bandwidth Boys podcast. I am Connolly.
I am Matt.
And as you can see, it's just the two Asian guys. Hopefully the white guy will join us soon. And he'll just randomly pop in. We won't even know. All of us won't even know he's about to join.
So confused.
He will be very confused as to why we started the show. But, you know, time must move forward with our podcast. Do you know what movie that's from?
Time must move forward.
No, the opening song, Genius.
Play it again.
Oh, my gosh.
Bandwidth Boys podcast.
Winter's a good time to stay in and cuddle, but put me in summer and I'll be a happy snowman.
Dr. Seuss.
Okay, let's go to the news.
Where's it from?
What's going on in tech world?
All right, fine. Don't tell me. That's cool. Amazon Echo adds new features pretty much every other week, and now it can tell you exactly where your Amazon order is, simply by saying, "Hey Alexa, where's my stuff?" So now if I had an Echo, I could stop checking my phone thousands of times every day and just ask Alexa. Echo will also share with you who placed the order, hopefully it was you, and when it was placed. Not gonna lie, it's a little strange. It took Amazon about a year to get its own shipping tracking info on Echo, but hey, it's finally here. Developers and device makers for smart home products can now rejoice. Nest has released its open source thread protocol, OpenThread. The company
Such an original name.
OpenThread. The company says now device makers can bring more and more home automated products to the market faster and not have to deal with creating network protocols, the hard part. Thread is designed for smart home products such as doorbells, lights, thermostats, smoke detectors, and more.
Android lovers of the Sunrise Calendar app will now have to find a new app to tell us the weather. Sunrise, acquired by Microsoft about a year ago, announced today that on August 31st, the app will stop working. Apparently instantly will stop. Microsoft says they simply don't have the, quote, bandwidth to provide adequate support for Sunrise. The Sunrise team explains they decided to shut down the app because of the user experience. They say if the team could no longer provide bug fixes and new features, the user experience will be compromised, and they were not about to do that to their users.
Oh, thank you for thinking of the users.
See, they're all about users.
Google is ready to move past Cardboard. Rumor has it they are ready to announce a standalone Android VR headset, according to TechCrunch.
Oh, wait, I was supposed to play this. All right, you can go now.
According to TechCrunch, entrepreneur and former tech journalist Peter Rojas tweeted that Google will launch an untethered Android VR headset next week, according to his multiple sources. Rojas says that the Android VR headset will be less powerful than Rift and Vive. It's unknown what the price point will be, but in order to make it successful, it's got to be under $150. We'll find out next week at Google I/O.
Final story of the week, back to Amazon we go. This time they're making a run at YouTube. Good luck. Amazon Direct allows users to upload and monetize their own videos. Viewers will be able to buy, rent, and download some of the content available on Amazon Direct, or you'll be able to watch it with advertisements, of course. And of course, you could watch it free if you got the good old Amazon Prime. Matt worried about them increasing Amazon Prime price on him, but we'll see. Jim Freeman, vice president of Amazon Video, says, quote, there are more options for distribution than ever before. And with Amazon Video Direct, for the first time, there's a self-service option for video providers to get their content into a premium streaming subscription service, close quote. And that's a wrap on what's going on, Tech World. I hate to say that they're a little too late to the party, but I think they're a little too late to the party.
They're a little late to the party.
I think this is like the Amazon Fire Phone. Just like 3 years too late.
Yeah. I don't quite understand who they think will suddenly migrate. I just don't see what Amazon would offer that YouTube wouldn't offer. And YouTube is already established. So why would you move to Amazon to host your videos?
Well, I think because you can easily monetize it. So I think they're looking at the professionals out there, not so much the cat videos.
Huh.
In my opinion.
So kind of like, because doesn't Amazon do Amazon publishing with books?
Yes,
so
so,
they make
kind of
it
that
easy to
concept,
publish
right?
a book.
That concept of getting the content to users as quick as they can, and easily as they can.
Easier than YouTube?
Higher. I don't. Why are you asking me?
Because you seem
I don't
to-
know. I don't agree with that. I think it's stupid.
Okay, as long as
I
we're on
said
the
they're
same
like.
page.
I said it was the same concept as Amazon Fire Phone. 3 years too late.
That
And
was-
you're like, well,
that was such a bad phone.
All right, so let's move into the big talk this week. It was supposed to be better with Greg here, but it's going to turn into a Connolly Matt battle here. I can guarantee it. But
Greg
the
found more
newest
important things to
newest
do.
wave of video creation and video content,
The future of video.
the
content.
newest wave of creating content is with a 360 video camera. And if you haven't seen it, they offer it in many different forms. GoPro attaches 6 GoPros in this globe-like thing to be able to capture 360, put it into some software, and it stitches it together. Other companies, kind of like, it's like a cell phone, a skinny cell phone
Mhm.
with 2 lenses able to capture 360. And again, same concept. You stitch it together in the software, and then you take it into an editor to put it all together. So Matt, why don't you kick us off on why you think 360 video, which, let's be honest, is different than VR, unless you're on the same bandwagon as 360 video is VR. Because if you are, you're an idiot.
I don't.
Because what's go ahead. Sorry.
I think it's.
I
a-
was told by a viewer that I have to let Matt speak more,
It's
and
a-
I have to stop cutting him off.
it's
So
a
I'm going to let you speak, and I'm not going to say a word.
It is a skipping stone to VR. VR is very close once it lifts off. 360 video is the future of video because it would let the consumer and the person watching it truly control the experience they want to have.
Let's be honest. Oh, can I talk now?
Yeah, you're allowed.
Do I
to
have
talk.
permission to talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's be honest. People in this United States of America are lazy as hell. Pure laziness. They barely want to take out their phone. They want to use watches now, right? So what makes you think someone will actively put something over their eyes and actively keep looking all around them all the time? That's one. 2, it makes people sick. Putting on a headset, the world moving, but they're not moving, right?
Well, if it's done
And
wrong.
3, it's just stupid. I think it's a fad. I think it's a gimmick. I think it's on the road of 3D TVs, and 3 trying to bring that to your home. And I don't think it's good. I don't see people constantly wanting to look around when they're like this when they're watching something. I think they just I think they'll do it for the first 30 seconds and they'll be like, this is ridiculous.
Well, I don't think you're wrong in that it's a gimmick, but just because it's a gimmick doesn't mean that it won't last. I think a lot of things started
3D
as
was a gimmick and it didn't last.
But this isn't.
Tell me a
3D.
gimmick that has stuck around.
3D. The reason
Tell me a gimmick that has stuck around. Right. You can't.
iPads.
It was it.
When an
You
iPad
said an iPad was a revolutionary piece of tool that was never made to be a gimmick.
yeah,
It was
said that.
meant to change the way that we compute.
But it was viewed as a whole when
It was not
released
viewed as a gimmick.
What is the
It
point?
wa-
Where does this fit in?
The iPad was not viewed as a gimmick.
No, it was. I think a lot of people wrote it off
A
immediately.
lot,
when it
as
was
in
announced.
just you, really.
I didn't write it off. I saw the potential.
Anyways, okay, keep going.
I assume you thought it was a gimmick.
I
when
didn't
the
think it was
iPad
a gimmick. I
released.
thought it was cool.
You saw
It
first
wasn't
for
for
it.
me, but I didn't think it was a gimmick.
And now you have 2.
I have 2. One that barely works and one that I don't have right now.
So what was your number one? Your number one question or your number one point? I don't even remember.
It's stupid.
I think
That was number
3.
3.
That was 3.
That was 3.
Number 2 was
that
it
people
makes-
are lazy.
People are lazy. Well, I think it fits in the same
You have to
category.
actively push the mouse to move.
Yeah.
Or you have to actively put on a gear, or you have to actively put on Rift, and you have to actively always be looking around if it's done incorrectly, which for the most part it is now, right? People don't want to look. People just want to look right in front of them. Once in a while, I think they'll want to look left or right, but I don't think we're there yet
The reason 3D TVs did not
because
lift
it
off,
sucked.
No, it wasn't because
It was a
they sucked.
gimmick.
Because there was no 3D content made. There was no 3D content ever shot. There was nothing broadcasted. There was no way to ever absorb 3D content beyond the sparse amount. That's why it didn't lift off. 360 video is completely different because it is so easy to make 360
It's
video.
easy to make. I think you're absolutely correct. It's easy to make. It's easy to edit, but no one wants it. The only people that want it are content providers. I can guarantee it. Tell me one application where this 360 video will be a hit and something you can do there that you can't do on 2D television.
Sports.
What are you going to look behind you for? The drunken guy who has his shirt off saying, "Go Hawks"? Do you want to see that? Probably not. You want to watch the game. Oh, wait, I can watch the game on my flat screen TV, my 90-inch flat screen TV on my wall.
Concerts. I don't
Again, what's
I
behind you?
don't-
A drunk 90-year-old woman who's singing Bon Jovi's Beautiful Day or whatever the heck it is. I don't want to see that. What do I want to see? I want to see what's in front of me.
Yeah, but
So that's two. One more strike.
I'll come back.
Okay. Okay.
I think, but you're looking at 360 video in a way that it has to be, all 360 degrees has to be there for a reason. It has to be usable. I think it's just
That's
for
correct.
the immersion and the feeling like you're actually there, which makes
I don't
your viewing
want it.
experience different.
I don't want it.
It's the same reason IMAX theaters are successful, because
Are they really, though?
so you don't think IMAX
I don't think
is
IMAX
successful.
is successful.
All right,
No.
well that's fine. But it's the
I think
same-
I'm right.
you don't think the sense of immersion adds to the experience and makes people
No, it
feel like
makes
they're
them
a part of
sick.
it?
Have you been to Avatar in IMAX? I have. I had to walk out.
Well, that's you. I'm sure the rest of the theater
The
did
rest
not
of
walk out.
America. I'm just saying, I think more people choose to watch flat than virtual reality 360 video.
I'm not saying every show on TV is going to become 360.
I
but
just
I'm
don't see
saying-
the point of it.
Well, that's fine, but that doesn't make it stupid.
It does make it stupid. If I don't see the point of it, it makes it stupid.
Okay. And to the other point that you said about it makes you
Which
sick.
one?
It makes you sick if you do it wrong. I think 360 video makes you sick, especially when you're wearing an Oculus or something. It makes you sick if it's shot wrong and the camera is moving. If you shoot it correctly and the camera isn't moving, unless it's deliberately and not constantly moving, and it's your eyes that are moving the camera when you pan your head, it doesn't make you sick because you're perceiving that you're the one looking around. If the camera is moving and you're moving, then it makes you sick because
Then we
your
got
brain is saying,
issues.
I'm not moving. Why is this video moving? So if you do it correctly, it doesn't make you sick.
So you're saying that the reason that 360 video will work and virtual reality will work is because you're giving someone an immersive experience. And that's what people want.
Yeah, but let me also clarify
Oh,
that I'm not saying that 360
I was just
video
summarizing.
is
for you.
virtual reality. I think it's a stepping stone, and it needs to be the natural next step to get to true virtual
I
reality.
don't like it.
But in and of itself is not virtual reality.
Thank you. See, I think we agree on that point.
Yeah.
I think people are using that term interchangeably, and I think people need to stop doing that. But that's just me. I don't know. To me, videos and movies are supposed to be a way to communicate a message and a social activity that you do together. And to me, virtual reality and 360 video isn't allowing for that social interaction. It's putting you in your own little world by yourself. I understand VR and those things could potentially allow people to watch football games together or whatnot. But to me, I enjoy the aspect of being next to someone and being able to talk to someone instead of having to lock myself into this world by myself.
Yeah, and for those
So that's the downside I see to it.
and for those specific situations, you don't want that immersion. But I think there are situations where you do want immersion. And you do
You
want
haven't given me a reason I want immersion, though. I knocked down two of them. Football or sporting events, don't want to see the drunk guy behind me. Concerts, don't want to see the drunken 80-year-old behind me. Anything else?
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah, and I'm getting there. I'm assuming you'd want the biggest TV possible, right?
The biggest TV possible that my wife will allow me to buy.
Okay, so why do you want a bigger TV? Is it because perhaps it fills your entire field of view? and
No.
makes you feel
It fills my wall.
okay. Well,
It
most
makes-
people most people want a bigger TV
I don't think so.
to fill your field of view, to make you forget that you're watching TV, and makes you experience what you're watching. But I guess that you're different. You like knowing you're watching TV. You don't like to forget. Do you ever go to movies?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I wait for them to come on Netflix or Redbox or something.
So again, maybe this isn't for you.
I think the last movie I saw though in the theater was Planes, the animated one.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't so much of an immersive experience I wanted to be a part of.
Yeah, and I can see that. But I think that 360 video is the next natural step.
I
to this whole-
don't.
because
I think it's ruining storytelling is what I think it is.
it's ruining story.
But I mean, I can see the other side of it, right? Like you're allowing people to make their own story, right? I mean, there's an aspect of 360 video that you don't really know where they're going to look or
Yeah.
why they're going to look there.
yeah.
So you're going to put forth your story, but someone could get a totally different story out of it. So I understand that part. I just think it's not, you're changing, I don't know, you're changing storytelling for, I don't know. Like you said, it can't move, right?
hmm
So everything has to happen there. And I don't know. I don't like that.
But I think
You can't get those close-ups and those emotions that you get from films and from TV shows and interviews. You can't do that on 360 video because you get too close and you that was me throwing up,
But if you think about
right?
if you think about an interview setting, right? You have two people
Two
looking
people.
at each other.
Deeply in love.
You cut cameras because you can't show them both, right? But if you have a 360 camera in between them, you show them both, right?
So
you
what?
just
The
have to
person
look
can
at
go
them.
like this and then like that and then look back that way. It's like
But it eliminates the need for a lot of camera cuts because the only reason you have to cut between cameras,
it's to show different stories.
no, is so that you can see everything in the scene.
I think it's to tell a story. It's art.
We're not going to get rid of 2D video. It's just
I just don't like it.
okay. Did you watch the live stream I sent you? or
I
did-
saw a little bit of it. It was through B&H.
B&H.
B&H, one of the largest video and photo suppliers. Once in a while puts together a live stream on different topics, and today was all about 360 content,
and virtual
and-
reality.
quote unquote virtual reality. But go ahead.
I think that I don't know why I never thought of this point, but one of the panelists had commented that when you make a movie in 360, you have to completely rethink everything you know about movie making because
Right.
you no longer have a wall where your crew and your equipment and everyone can,
hide
be behind,
Yeah.
right? So you have to start getting elaborate with how can you hide people in the scene? How can you be somewhere else and
Mhm.
be controlling it? And that's interesting. But
My wife would like to comment on what you said. She
which
said
part?
Matt should know cuts are telling the story, not showing the whole scene. He's a movie watcher. LOL. See, my wife, that's why I married my wife. We're on the same page. You make cuts to tell a story, not to show things. She should just join the podcast. Editing drives a story a certain way.
because you're seeing what they want you to see.
Yeah. You're
But-
telling a story. You're telling the story through B-roll, through interviews, through close-up shots, through wide shots, not just to show off the set and not to show that there are two people talking to each other. There's a tempo that you want to go. And when the interview gets intense or when a scene gets intense, those cuts become faster and they become closer and things like that. And you just lose that in 360. I mean, you always have to be on a wide shot. You can't go to a medium shot. You can't go to a tight shot. You always have to be away from the action.
I get that, but that
Do you?
that fundamentally would not be a situation where you would use 360, right? Because you fundamentally are using 360 degree video when you want the user to be able to direct their own experience, right? So you would not be cutting because when you're cutting, you're telling them what they should be seeing and what they should be experiencing. You're showing them what they should be looking at. You would use 360 video in a situation where you want them to decide what they want to look at and let them decide what you want or what they want their own experience to be.
All right. Well, I think we'll agree to disagree. And 3 years down the road, when 360 video becomes a the hottest thing out there, we can go back to this podcast and you can say, I told you so. Or vice versa. When it flops like 3D TVs, I can say,
it will
told
not
you
flop.
so.
What's on Matt's mind?
My favorite segment of the show. Matt is going to tell us what's on his mind. Matt, what's on your mind this week?
What was on my mind?
Besides Connolly being right on every topic that we talk about.
What was? Oh, I was actually going to talk about my new HDMI cables.
Excellent.
Oh, so I bought these new cables. They're just plain HDMI cables, but they're skinny and they're slim run monoprice HDMI cables.
When I picked them up,
So they
I
look
go,
like
Matt,
that.
what is... Okay, so for those actually listening on the podcast,
Oh,
you can't say it looks like that.
what thickness would you compare this to? Like a headphone cord? Or
Yeah.
Thicker than
Like
that.
a professional headphone
yeah,
cord.
but not what you would think
No,
for an HDMI.
Not a
cord.
thick HDMI cable.
So if you can see the video, which you can't obviously if you're listening, this is a slim run cord. This is a 6-foot cord, and this is a standard 6-foot cord. And that's the
So it's a good like half the
connector.
size, right?
Yeah.
It's half the size of a normal HDMI cable. But what fascinates me is that when I picked it up, I thought it was a mini HDMI
Yeah.
connector. But Matt told me it's actually a full size HDMI.
yeah, and it works.
It looks like a USB cable. That's what it looks like.
That's what. Yeah. Initially, when I opened the box today and I pulled them out, I thought they sent me the wrong cables, but they didn't. They're HDMI cables. They work.
You're the idiot that bought it and didn't know you bought it.
Yeah, that's true. And it makes it so handy when you're trying to wire stuff up and you don't have to get all this other bulk. So I'm sure tomorrow I'm going to wake up and nothing's going to work because they probably failed. But for now they work, and for now I'm really impressed. Yeah.
On Matt's mind.
That was the fastest Matt's mind ever. How much did that set you back? $5, $10?
Record? Like 50 or something.
What are we talking about?
Well, I ordered.
The cord, yes.
They're like $9 a piece.
That's not too bad. All right. So for Matt's mind, you okay over there?
Yeah, I'll survive.
You're going to survive. All right.
I will survive.
So from Matt's mind to a little segment we like to call.
So fellas, baby got back.
I heard you said this one was going to be real good.
I think it is.
Baby got back.
You interrupted Sir Mix-a-Lot, which I think is against religious something. But anyway, so this week we go to the world of Indiegogo, and I think it's cool. I don't know if I would buy it, but I could see someone buying it. It literally takes us to the world of the Jetsons. It's called the Move Pack. Move Pack? Move Pack. Take a listen.
They need a bag to store their daily needs and deal with a constant rush. Traffic jams, walking miles to get to public transportation, or having to carry more than just a backpack are all challenges commuters have in common. This is why we created the best solution for the urban commuter. A backpack that you can wear, roll, and ride. Meet the all-new Move Pack. We've re-engineered Move Pack to implement not one, but 2 motors inside the wheel. This makes Move Pack more powerful and safer than ever before, combined with
Sucker,
a
you gotta tie it up.
beautiful and clean design. We took the time to do what we do best: redesigning, re-prototyping, re-engineering, basically reinventing it, so we could bring back to you our best product yet.
Great if I had some 3D video right now.
With our exclusive
No.
app, you will be able to connect your phone wirelessly to MovePack. And with a new built-in speaker and mic, you can speak to MovePack directly, like asking for directions.
Turn right on 5th Street.
I don't know how you
And
hear it
since
with all the cars,
MovePack
but
comes equipped with a powerful speaker, why not connect to your favorite app and
Why
listen
not?
to your favorite playlist while on the go? MovePack provides a built-in USB charger that can charge your phone over 10 times.
over 10
On
times.
top of that, MovePack will now have built-in tracking capability for security in case your MovePack gets stolen
Or you forget.
or lost. Every little detail is important, such as internal lighting that will come in handy when looking for something in the bag. And as far as the backpack itself goes, not only is it swappable with different colors and styles, but now you can wear your favorite backpack independently of the MovePack.
Matt's not impressed. I would have had Greg if Greg was here.
MovePack is one of the easiest vehicles to master, and you don't have to be a skateboarder to ride it. Just stand on the board using the backpack for extra support and use the remarkably small remote for speed and braking.
It's a Wii
And
remote,
in
let's
case
be
of an
honest.
emergency, MovePack is pretty easy to get off.
What, you step
So
off
jump
it?
and fall.
A backpack, a personal transportation, a smart luggage, and a personal assistant. If you were to buy all that separately, you would spend well over $2,000.
Yeah,
But
please
with
enlighten
MovePack,
us.
You'll save over 50% of that through this exclusive crowdfunding campaign. We are thrilled to announce the most important parts of MovePack are ready. And with your support, we can give our manufacturers the thumbs up and start the mass production and get the MovePack shipping to you soon. Join us for the ride, and together, we will change the way the world moves around.
Epic. All right, there you go. The MovePack, MOVPAK, available on Indiegogo and on their website, movpak.com. What do you think? It's literally the Jetsons, just not flying cars, but in that direction. You can go up to 20 miles an hour. But what fascinates me the most is all the extra things it does. So like charging your phone while you're going to work or something like that, right? We talked about a couple weeks ago in Seattle how hard it is to take mass transit into the city of Seattle because it's hard to get there with your car.
Mhm.
But this allows you to get there wherever you're going from to the public transit, wrap it up in a backpack, get on the transit, and then get off, and then go to work. And you can charge your phone at the same time. I don't understand the speaker. I don't think. I think the speaker thing is a little
And the navigation.
little out there. Turn right.
What?
Idiot. What? I can't. Oh, you're supposed to turn right. What do you think? I think you think it's stupid.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just struggling to see the appeal of this.
What do you mean? I don't understand what that means.
It's hard for me to put myself in the shoes of someone who would ever use this.
Okay.
But I don't.
You're a car guy.
I am car guy. I really.
You're not public transportation guy.
I am not. So it.
So it doesn't. Yeah. All right. I get it.
Are you?
The girl model's a little ridiculous on the website, but that's just me.
I mean, it's cool.
Yeah. No, I think it's pretty cool. Would I buy it? I don't know. I doubt it. I have zero balance, so I can see myself falling off instantly.
Were you thinking Greg would buy this?
I would. I think Greg would. I think Greg would be on board with this. I don't know. I like all the extra things too, like the charger and the tracking, and the front headlights because it looks cool. That. I mean, if that's really what you're into, but I'd like you to have to do anything. You literally just use the remote to take you there. So it requires zero. It's like a moped. Just allows you to take it to your office though. And then you can in your building run after security. Or run away from security, as they say. Put it away, dude.
What if you lose the remote?
Then you just use it as a skateboard. I don't know. You buy a spare remote. But it's got like a bunch of it's like a regular backpack. So
It's
it
like a
allows you
Swiss
to put,
Army knife of backpacks.
That's right. That's right. All right. So retail price is $1,200 on the
boy.
Kickstarter. You heard it. $599. They have a few left. There's only 8 out of 50 claimed. So there's a couple left.
Okay.
They just started their Kickstarter campaign. They're looking for $50,000. They have 27 backers as of the recording of this podcast. $17,000. They got a little over a month left to make this happen, and I think they're going to do it. I think if you look at large, dense cities and ways to lessen cars on the road and ways to get people to do public transportation, I think this is a nice way to make that happen. You don't get all sweaty. That's why people don't like riding bikes. They get to work and you're all sweaty and you're smelly and your coworkers are saying, "Get away from me." At least that was my boss. He smelled. So he took a shower every time he got to work. But I'm just saying, like this, I think this is innovative as all get up.
Who do you think would replace their alternate form of transportation?
Everyone who works at Silicon Valley.
But are you seeing like
and people who live in the city of Seattle,
But
or
like-
these dense cities that don't even own cars, they just Uber or they just walk to work. I can see them using this.
But how about someone who already, like, are you seeing this replacing someone who walks or someone who longboards or someone who bikes that would see this as a better form of transportation? Or is this?
I think
reaching that new person?
reaching that new person who's always wanted to do public transportation or always wanted to stop waiting in an hour and a half of traffic to go 2 miles. I think it's reaching that person. You don't have to work. You literally take this thing out, use the freaking remote, go wherever you need to, and then you're at work.
So are you saying that if I were to wait, let's finish this and then I'll.
All right.
$5.99.
$5.99 gets you in the door of the Move Pack if it's fully funded on Indiegogo. That is 50%. You save $601. Thank goodness. They couldn't make it an even 600. 601.
600 sounds like too much.
That's right. So
they gotta do
601.
$5.99.
Yeah. So that's the early bird special. Again, retail price $1,200. A skateboard and a backpack that allows you to go wherever the heck you want via remote. It's got phone chargers. It's got tracking. It's got an awesome speaker that tells you to turn right, etc., etc. So, Matt, at $599, which I think I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyways, on the Move Pack, are you in? Oh, wait. Oh, geez. Or not. You can't do it. Okay. We're moving on. All right. Not for me, because, again, I have zero balance, and I would probably instantly fall off this thing. And I think people that ride, what are the stand-up ones?
The Segways?
Segways. I think they look like idiots and nerds. But I think if you're on this, it'd be kind of cool. Because it's a skateboard. People think skateboards are cool.
Yeah, it's a skateboard rolling backpack.
People just know, I don't know what the hell's in the back of that. So I think they think it's cool. But anyways, so not for me, because if it was for me, I would say absolutely not. But I think we always go back to why innovate, right? Why innovate? The idea is to solve a problem, right?
Yeah.
And this is a giant problem that is trying to solve, strangely in some ways, but overall for $599, I'd be in if I lived in a major city.
So if I were to get one of these for you as a
I said
belated
major.
birthday
I said
present,
major city. You didn't hear what I said.
you would not ride this to work?
No. Save your money, buy a Traeger.
I'd like to see you try and go up a hill on this. Pullman.
It would kill the battery instantly, and then you have to walk.
You just start going backwards.
Yeah. All right, so we're tied. So we can't play the song or the Womp Womp song. So we'll have to wait for Greg to weigh in on whether this is a back or not. But it's called the Move Pack, MOVPAK, on Indiegogo, or you can visit them on their website, movpak.com. I can't believe you didn't like it. I thought it was cool.
It's cool. I just don't get it.
What's trending?
We haven't done this segment in a while. What's trending? This time we go to the world of YouTube, the Amazon Direct competitor. Amazon Video Direct competitor.
Is this a misleading headline?
Oh boy, stop. This video comes from the world of BuzzFeed, and I think I like it because it expresses everything that I hate about news. It's called If the News Were Honest. I think one of the early podcasts, we played a video if commercials were honest.
Mhm.
And so this is off that same concept. If the news were honest.
Is this a misleading headline to get you to tune in at 10?
Tune in at 10 to learn that it is.
Hi, I'm Masculine Name, and in between giving you the local news, I'll gently be flirting with my decades younger coworker because I'm from a different time.
We've got two experts from a think tank and one person in the middle of their career. Let's go to them live right now. I'm only here to plug my book.
I'm also a straight white male. I'm really worried that this appearance is the peak of my career.
I'm extremely good looking and better dressed, which means it's time for entertainment news. You'll never guess what we found out about a celebrity who hasn't done a decent movie in over a decade, all while watching him from an area that was creepy and definitely illegal for us to be.
I'm emphasizing strange words, not because it conveys any part of the story, but because this is how you expect us to speak.
These movie graphics tricked your childish mind into paying attention.
Now, gentlemen, tell me more about fear.
Oh, yeah, fear is what makes people watch.
A southern state passed a law to make sure everyone's clear they hate gay people.
There was an explosion in a country you assume is in the Middle East.
This is also how my father used to talk at dinner.
What movie set in a foreign location with an all-white cast will you be seeing this summer?
Scientists announce a vice you enjoy may be good for you in quantities much smaller than you consume it in. Let me tell you a personal anecdote that you don't care about.
Earthquake destroys city and foreign country that you'll forget about because something not nearly as bad will happen closer to home.
Provocative question to put an unproven idea into your head?
Our choice of words indicate that this might be true, even though it's definitely not.
Yelling like my job depends on it because it does. Trying to get one thing.
Yelling over you so you can't talk. Also not letting them talk.
Trying to just.
The news lines below me are probably more important, but we're going to talk about what gets ratings.
Now, let me say something inflammatory that's going to make everyone else react.
A sequel no one asked for is coming out this summer, and it will be trash.
A major corporation issued a recall this evening on a product of theirs that you won't even check to see if it applies to you.
A movie based on a book, based on a comic book about Hollywood not having any new ideas.
Follow us on Twitter and wonder why you need to tune in anyway.
I don't think we've changed anybody's mind here. Tune in tomorrow for the exact same shit.
Fake chatter, fake
Stacking
chatter,
papers,
fake chatter,
stacking
fake
papers,
chatter,
stacking
fake
papers. Let's
chatter,
do dinner
fake
tonight.
chatter, absolutely not. Fake chatter.
Stacking papers, stacking papers, stacking papers.
There you go. If the news were honest, a BuzzFeed video. What did you think? That's funny, right?
It's very true.
That's what I'm. Okay, that's enough. YouTube. That's enough. There you go. That's this week's What's Trending.
What's trending?
Do you want to know what I did last night? Now that we're on What's Trending,
What?
you always talk about YouTube Red, right?
Oh, yeah.
And what is one of the benefits of YouTube
No
Red?
commercials.
No commercials, but what else?
Exclusive YouTube Red videos.
That and
So-
YouTube in general. It keeps going.
Oh, yeah. Infinite. Yeah.
An infinite playback playlist machine, right?
Yes.
So what did I do all last night? 2 hours. My wife is gone. She's in Seattle with her family. And so my two younger kids go to sleep at about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
You got lost in that.
I got
infinite-
lost in the infinite loop of YouTube. I wasted 2.5 hours of my life before I knew it. It was 11 o'clock. I was like, oh boy.
And did you end up somewhere that was not even remotely close to where you started?
Yes. Yes. I don't know where I ended up. I forgot where I ended up, but there was some Justin Bieber music videos in there.
Okay.
There was some NAB TV broadcast news in there. There was some tech news in there. There was some hilarious comedy in there. 2.5 hours of my life. My wife is probably going to roll her eyes when she listens to the podcast, but
So are you saying you have enjoyed YouTube Red?
I don't know.
I
I don't know.
I haven't heard whether or not you'd like it. I think you like it.
I don't know.
Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Solo Cup.
All right. So my all-time favorite segment of the show will continue to go on, even though Greg is not present on the show. You got something in your cup?
It's just bubbly water.
All right. So I'm going to give a drink recommendation. Last week, Matt and I were in the beautiful city of Seattle.
Technically, we were in Tukwila.
Which is Seattle. So we'll give it to them.
Everything west of the mountains is Seattle, right?
That's right. That's what I say. So I'm trying to Google the name of it so I pronounce it right. Okay, that's it. So Matt and I went to this wonderful store that I've never ever been to in my life. I've heard things about the store. I've driven by the store. Never been in it. What's it called?
Total Wine and More.
which will now be a sponsor. No, I'm kidding. Total Wine and More. Never been to it. We were done eating sushi at a beautiful Japanese restaurant. Delicious. Oh, the food was good. Anyways, so we finished, and then we needed a beverage after our day at work because it was a long day at work.
It was a long day of work.
So we stopped by this store.
Total Wine and More.
Thank you. And Matt, I don't is probably the least decisive person I know. And I'm
Really?
pretty indecisive in general. But he's up there as probably number 1 or number 2 least decisive people. You walk into this place, it is filled from floor to ceiling with
Wine and more.
Wine and more. Spirits, bourbons, beers, wine, anything you can think of, this store has it. And so I say, Matt, what should we get? I don't know. I said, okay, well, do they have a cooler section? Matt says, oh, yeah, it's over here. So we walk over there. I go, Matt, what do you feel like drinking tonight? I don't know. All right. Do you feel like drinking something light? I don't know. Do you feel like drinking something dark?
I said,
I don't know.
I don't care. There's a difference.
I don't know.
I just didn't care. I had a feeling that you cared far more than I would care. So I let you.
I wanted us to be on the same page. Anyway, so the story goes, he had no opinion. I don't know. So we ended up, it took us like, 10 minutes looking at this cooler.
Looking at like the same
one. It's not like they have a giant cooler section. There's probably 6 coolers.
Yeah.
And so it's essentially it's the same brand. It's like 10 brands. And you just have to pick between those 10 brands. Everything else is warm, and at that point we didn't have time to cool it.
The other 1,000 beers were warm,
which blows my mind. But anyways, so we honed in on one. It is called the
Elysian.
It's an IPA, and it was delicious. It's a brewery in Seattle, so it's a microbrew in Seattle, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And it had a very light taste to it. Usually IPAs have a very hoppy, bitter aftertaste.
Yeah.
And this one did not.
They usually have a very strong taste. Like you taste and you're like, oh, this is an IPA.
And this is what Matt said after we drank. He goes, I don't like IPAs. I go, you could have told me that at the store. But he didn't. So if you're looking for an IPA, it's pretty good for warm weather, don't you think?
Even if you don't usually like IPAs.
This is a solid one. The Seattle Elysian. Do you remember what it was actually?
It wasn't Jasmine.
It wasn't Jasmine. No, I have to put in my birthday, so they know that I'm over 21.
Your real birthday.
Why wouldn't you? I'm over 21. I don't have to lie anymore.
I usually just type in like 1900.
Okay. Anyways, it was the Avatar, right? Oh, that's the Jasmine. It wasn't that one. Which one was it?
It was a black bottle.
We should have planned this out a little better. Actually, we thought Greg was going to be here. So, it was the Immortal.
It had a hand on it?
Yeah. It was the Immortal IPA.
That does sound familiar.
Yes. It's refreshing and hoppy.
There
That's
we
exactly
go.
what it was. An India Pale Ale. And usually I don't like India Pale Ales. But I was told that's what an IPA is. So I guess I do like it. Just saying. It's a medium body, whatever the heck that means. And yeah. I wish I knew about beer, but I didn't. But I know it tasted delicious.
I got you a beer book, so you could learn all about beers.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're looking for a nice, solid beverage after work, that's not heavy. It's not going to weigh you down. It didn't give me a hangover the next day. Not that I had a lot, but sometimes you have one or two of the bad ones, and you get a mean headache the next day.
Sometimes it comes pretty quick.
Yeah. Sometimes you're drinking it, and you're like, oh boy, I got a headache. So the Immortal IPA by
Elysian.
Thanks. Of Seattle. So we were supporting a local microbrewery is what we were doing.
Yeah.
Is a solid choice for this week's What's in Greg's Cup.
Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Solo Cup.
All right, let's wind into the end of the show. If you're just tuning in, we're almost done.
You really timed that one wrong.
So go back to the beginning. But it's the Bandwidth Boys podcast. I'm Connolly.
I'm Matt.
And we're heading into the last segment, our rants and raves of the week. All right, since it's only two of us, you want to go first on your rant or rave of the week?
Moving sucks.
Okay.
Packing.
That's your right. You didn't even say yes or no. You just went right into it.
This is a rant.
You'll take it. All right, here we go.
Packing sucks.
Matt and his wonderful girlfriend are moving.
And it sucks.
Like 2 feet.
Probably a half mile.
Half a mile.
Yeah.
From their old apartment to their new apartment.
That might be the worst part.
I think that's what annoys you most, is you're not moving a long distance, but you're packing as if you're moving across the state.
Yeah, because I think if I was moving far, I could justify the time and effort I put into packing things correctly and making everything good.
But here's the deal. There's a reason why you pack things nicely. And there's a reason why you go through this, because people use moving as a way of vetting things in your house. So it's time to get rid of some of the crap that's in your house. And this is the time to do it. Albeit most of the crap is probably yours and not your girlfriend's. That's what it's used for.
Yeah.
But it's also used, here's the thing, to make you look good. Because I have helped people move in the past. Not going to say names, because that would make them feel bad. But I have helped people move in the past that have not boxed a thing. A single thing. Dirty clothes, not packed. Bed, still made. They said, hey, come Saturday to help me move. I said, okay. Being the nice person I am, I said, absolutely. Here I come. I am happy to help move boxes. I'm happy to help move pianos, whatever you want. I'm happy to help move. But this is the first time I walked in and nothing was packed or ready to be moved. I understand I could potentially get free pizza and beer at the end of this, but picking up someone's nasty underwear is not worth pizza and beer. So you're helping whoever you asked to help you move.
Yeah.
You're making yourself look good.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with that
and
more.
you're what?
I couldn't agree with that more.
Oh,
I think the actual act of moving, I probably
and everyone hates moving.
Yeah, but
everyone
the
does.
act of moving isn't terrible.
No.
The packing sucks.
The packing sucks.
If it's just moving stuff from point A to point B, that's
the easy part.
That's just labor.
Yeah.
But the actual mind power that you have to put into packing.
Because you can't just do it in 1 hour or 1 day.
Yeah.
Like it's over multiple days, and it's always looming over your head. Like, I have to move on June 15th. So I have to be packed by June 15th.
Yeah.
And it's just constantly there.
Especially when you spend like an hour packing and then you look around and you can't even tell you packed anything.
Yeah, right. It looks worse.
Yeah.
Than when you started.
That's the worst part.
I understand that. But you did get your girlfriend to agree, though, to rent a U-Haul.
That was
so you
a
can
big
do
step.
it all in one giant move, right? You guys were going to do multiple moves with a little trailer truck thing.
Mm-hmm. We're doing the big move.
There you go. Compromising.
Yeah.
You get rid of 90% of the crap in your apartment, and she lets you rent a U-Haul.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
It's the little things in life.
That's right. Just keep her happy. All right. My turn to take on the rants and raves. So my wife and I and my in-laws have been a big help in redoing our backyard. We have 4 little munchkin kids that love to run, and our backyard sucks. The grass is patchy, so like you'll have a nice little patch of grass, and then boom, just like a whole mound of dirt. And then you walk 2 steps, and there's a little patch of grass, and then boom, dirt. And it literally repeats itself. It's like someone took a clump of grass, buried it, skipped a foot, buried another clump of grass, skipped another foot, buried another clump of grass, and then didn't water it. So it grew. So we're taking care of our backyard so it's ready for the summer, which in Eastern Washington starts now.
It started like last week.
Yeah. See, so in Eastern Washington, you can enjoy your backyard, right? So that's why you kind of invest in a backyard, because in Eastern Washington, we're outside for 6 months out of the year, as opposed to Seattle, where you're outside 1 month out of the year or something like that. So we are investing in our backyard. We're going to lay some pavers, and by we, I mean we're going to hire someone to lay the paver. I'm going to watch someone. Well, I watched someone dig my trench, and my father-in-law did a great job. So for this whole project, let's be honest, I've been watching people, but now I actually have to pay to watch someone. But essentially, they're going to lay pavers, and they're going to do hydro seeding. They're going to fix our sprinkler system that snapped by someone driving a tractor.
Was that someone you?
No, it wasn't. But it's all good. So, but here's my rant. In Eastern Washington, we have weeds.
Mm.
I literally did not put any seeds down at all against our fence because we dug this big giant trench, right? And then we laid gravel on it, and then we laid dirt on top of that because we were going to spray hydro seed to put grass. So I literally just put the dirt there and smoothed it all out. Looked great against the fence. I went outside the other day and I saw some grass sprouting up. I go, oh, that's awesome. I didn't put anything down, and here comes some grass.
Magical.
It's like pure magic. 2 more days I walk outside. What's growing next to the grass?
Weeds.
Weeds. Giant, spiky, freaking weeds. I did nothing. I did not lay a seed of grass, and I have weeds. And not just like little weeds. These are giant, prickly, spiky weeds that you can't touch because they poke you. And they're so sharp, they go through some work gloves.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So, damn you weeds in Eastern Washington. I am not happy with you. I haven't laid any seed yet.
Well, once you lay that luscious grass, then the weeds will go away.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, if you have a healthy...
No, it's not how it works.
It is
you have
how
to
it
pull
works.
the weed.
No, if you have a healthy, dense lawn, you have far less
When did
weeds.
you become a master gardener?
I watch Ask This Old House.
Oh, you're an old soul.
That's the best show on TV, other than America's Test Kitchen. Those 2 shows.
All right.
Number 1 and number 2.
All right. So let's put a bow on the show, shall we, Matt? I'll read this because I know you struggle with
Yeah.
it. And with that, we close the book on another episode of the Bandwidth Boys podcast. Down one person because he forgot what time we were going to record at. Thanks to you for joining us on the live stream. If you miss us live, don't worry. You can download and listen to our podcast by using iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app.
Bandwidth Boys Podcast. Facebook, Bandwidth Boys Podcast. Twitter, @GMK Podcast. Web, bandwidthboys.com. Bandwidth Boys Podcast.
And with that, I am Colin.
I'm Matt.
We'll talk to you next time. Same place. We're still trying to figure out a summertime, but we'll get there. Same old shenanigans right here on the Bandwidth Boys podcast. Keep on teching on.
It's not your birthday.
Doesn't matter.